Three-row off-road SUVs are the next big thing, and while Hyundai has one, Honda has one, so let's see which one is the best. The Stockton 12 Honda is providing us with the Pilot, and then the Southtown Hyundai is providing us with the Palisade. Link to both their websites in the description down below. Let's get right into the comparison. The Pilot is powered by a 3.5 liter V6 naturally aspirated that goes through a 10-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 18 around town, 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. The Palisade is powered by a 3.5 liter V6 naturally aspirated that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 16 around town, 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 287 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Good job, Hyundai. Why are we still doing this? If you're able to, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Now, this Trailsport package on the Honda blacks out a lot of elements, like the grille. This also comes with fog lights, and the new Pilot in general is just very boxy. The XRT package on the Palisade gives you crazy recovery points, and the boxy style of the new Palisade just works with an off-roader. 265 by 60 by 18 is the tire and wheel setup on the Pilot. You've got, all-terrain tires, pretty mild, but they're still all-terrain. And then here's your side profile with the Pilot. The front end's very boxy. The back end, it's upright, but you'll notice that it kind of goes towards a crossover type style. 255 by 60 by 18 is the tire and wheel setup with the XRT here. Again, all-terrain tires, but pretty mild with the overall setup. And then this is like true boxiness. I mean, it is basically just a giant rectangle with some body lines. Now here in the Hyundai, pretty much everything folds down flat, which is really cool, and you got this to throw down the second row. The third row is a manual strap system, but anywho, the third row is usable by adults. I mean, there's quite a bit of space in this new Palisade. It is very practical, and then there's lots of space behind the third row with the Palisade as well. Now with the Pilot, the second row does fold down, but you have to go up and fold it down yourself, and the third row, just like the Palisade, has a strap system. But also, like the Palisade, you have a usable third row. You can fit adults back here, and again, it's pretty boxy in the back of this new Pilot, so it helps out with overall space. And then this actually pops down quite a bit. There is a shelf system that you can have across, so you can get a flat load floor. But anyways, you've got good space behind the third row on both of them. And that's actually a big reason why I wanted to compare these two, because I think these two have some of the best packaging in the three-row SUV segment, because they've actually given you space in the third row and space behind the third row. And yes, the Hyundai has these recovery points out back. They're going all in with the off-roading style. Now in the back of the Hyundai, these seats are actually really nice. Got great space, a little storage pocket there. Got an outlet here in the back. There's USB on the side of the seat. And then up top, we've got our own climate zone that we can control. And again, tons of headroom with that box design. And this one, just like the Pilot, has a captain chair set up in the rear. And then we also have sunshades here for the rear passengers, and there is some nice soft touch in the door panel. Now, something to note about the seating position in the Honda with not only the second row, but with the third row, is the seats are a little bit lower, so your hip position's going to be angled downwards a little bit. But anyways, climate controls are in these physical buttons down below. Like I said, captain chairs, I like the materials, feels very rugged. You got the sunroof that's just like right there. Headroom's not as good as the Hyundai, but it's still got good headroom. And yes, this does have sunshades, and you've got more nice trim in the door panel. Blind spot monitoring with the Hyundai, double pane windows up front, and again with these new Palisades, I mean, it's pretty tight with the fit and finish. And the style of the front seat with the crisscrossing, I think, is a cool addition. It is power adjustable. Column shifter is definitely a unique touch. But yeah, look at this, full digital gauge cluster. We've got lots of controls here on the steering wheel, paddles on the back as well. This comes equipped with a 360 camera system. It's got good resolution. There's an exterior shot that you can do as well. And the infotainment system's all connected to the gauge cluster. It responds quickly, but yeah, it's all one thing across the dash. They do give you some physical controls below for the radio, also for the climate, and you do have heated and ventilated seats with this up front. And then right next to this is our drive mode, and then terrain mode select. This does have off-road drive modes. Lots of storage space in the center console area. You've got more up top with a bunch of USB ports, one charging pad, and then the center console's very spacious too. It's got nice trim on the top of it, but surprisingly this one has just a regular sunroof. There's not like a rear sunroof like you get in some other Palisades, so a little bit less sunroof than the Honda. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Doesn't sound acoustic. I'll double check with the driving portion, but it doesn't sound acoustic. Anyways, we've got memory seats up front, your power folding mirror function, really nice trim up front too. Trailsport there on these seats. The seats are power adjustable, just like we have over at the Hyundai. And boom! So, kind of more of like a regular gauge cluster, digital gauge cluster, where it's kind of sunk into the dash, which means you don't get a lot of glare. The steering wheel's got a lot of soft touch. You've got adaptive cruise control, lane centering paddles on the back, heat steering wheel function on the steering wheel, so very similar feature-wise so far. And this also has a 360 camera system, just like the Hyundai. Not quite as fancy, but gets the job done. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it's very quick to respond. Down below, we've got our dual zone climate controls. Just heated seats, no cooled seats with this, but you do get some USB ports and, as you can see, a phone charging pad. Instead of a column shifter, you've got buttons for the transmission select. Anything but a real shifter nowadays. You do have off-road drive modes with this, just like what you have with the Hyundai. Big center console. There's no storage underneath, so like not nearly as much kind of storage capacity, but again, bigger sunroof. So the pricing's pretty close. The Hyundai's more expensive actually. It's over $52,000, whereas the Honda's a bit over $51,000. Let's see which one performs the best. So we'll start off in the Hyundai and then we'll drive the Honda second afterwards. See if, you know, Hyundai's kind of like the newcomer on the block, right? The Pilot's been around forever. The Palisade is, oh, it's not new. I mean, this one is, but, you know, it's newer, right? The first Palisade was back in 2020. Now, the Palisade feels big. It's one thing they did a really good job with, is just making it feel spacious. It's spacious enough to where you get into this thing and you're like, you know what? I don't think I need a full-size SUV. Whereas, you know, many three-row crossovers, like especially like the regular Highlander, for example, from Toyota, you get into that and you're like, yeah, if I'm actually using the third row, I need space. I need more space. I need something bigger. Now this V6 with the 8-speed's very smooth. It's got good power. Again, it's still an NA V6, so it's not going to be a torque monster, but I think we can all agree that modern cars have plenty of power. We've all just gotten power hungry. This is more than enough. Smooth. It's quiet too. You know, all-terrain tires, right? That's gonna make a car louder inside, but it's not bad at all. This really isn't obnoxious. It's pretty insulated interior overall, I'd say. And again, I think the double pane windows up front help out with that turn signal camera. Man, Hyundai has so much tech in these cars. Some of it's nice, right? 360 camera. But some of it's just like, okay, you're just throwing features in to throw features in at this point. Just smooth. It's just smooth. Gotta appreciate that. Handles well too. Suspension's very comfortable. I think this is rock solid. So, the Palisade, I think it looks, this new generation, the looks are kind of growing on me. At first I was like, I don't know about that, buddy. But, yeah, the looks are growing on me. Drives well. It's comfortable. It's got good power. It has a lot going for it, I think, at least. Yeah, the packaging, the biggest thing with these new Hyundais is the packaging is just fantastic. There's so much storage space, so much space in general. And the seating position's good too. The seats aren't sat too low. They're like, you know, pretty neutral hip angle with everything. So, let's go pop into that Honda Pilot and see if Honda can still hold their own against Hyundai. So I double checked. Yeah, it doesn't have acoustic. I can even knock on the windows now and tell if they're double paned or not. It's pretty easy to tell because the double pane is just a deeper, because it's thicker, deeper sound. So the Pilot, 2 more gears, 2 less horsepower, 2 more torques, right? Basically the same power outputs. Somehow the Hyundai feels smoother with the engine. Interesting. I think this feels good, just the Hyundai is smoother. It's also quieter inside, and they did a really good job with the insulation on that new Hyundai. This does handle well. I like the steering. The Hyundai's a little bit sharp. Man, that Hyundai drives better. I'm surprised. I'm also not surprised because, like, the last time I did this comparison with Pilot versus Palisade was a previous gen Palisade, and you know, the Palisade was neck and neck with the Honda with the previous gen. It was with the driving dynamics, and so it's like, of course, when Hyundai comes out with their new Palisade, of course it's going to drive better than the competition, right? They got to do that so they can, well, stay competitive. That's how it works typically. This doesn't drive bad, just, yeah, that Hyundai's sharp. Yeah, it was a lot smoother with the power delivery. This I can kind of feel a little bit of choppiness. It's not bad though. Seats are comfortable. Man, Hyundai's killing it. They really are. So, me personally, I kind of, my beef with Hyundai is just because I'm not like a huge tech person. I like you guys gotta remember, like, I'm the person that thinks the Ineos Grenadier is like the best SUV ever made. Because it's basic, solid axles, body on frame. So like I got a bit of a bias towards simplicity, and the Honda is just kind of more simple, so I kind of lean towards the Honda that way. But like, the Hyundai drives better, it's got more features, it's just barely more money. Reliability, right? That's the one thing I'm concerned about. Like, how reliable is that Hyundai gonna be? How reliable is that V6 gonna be? So that's the one concern, is the reliability. But reliability aside, yeah, it does drive better and it does give you more. It does give you more. So let me know if you're going with Hyundai or with Honda, but I think we can all at least agree that Hyundai is, they're up there. And you know, my advice to Hyundai at this point is, like, the product is fantastic. The innovation moving forward needs to just be all reliability, redundancy, making those cars last longer. Because if Hyundai can maintain the luxury and the driving experience they have right now, and then implement massive reliability, I mean, game over for everyone else. If you could buy if Hyundai was like guaranteed reliable, again, let's just put warranties aside, because Hyundai obviously has a fantastic warranty. But if it was like, you know, you can buy a Hyundai and get 200,000 miles out of it, I mean, like I said, game over. So let me know which one you like.